Just finished watering everything, and by everything I mean mostly all these people. All these. Okay, let's put them back. So before I put away my orchids, this shares the same space. This is a Drosera binata multifida. And it's basically a multi-headed sundew, if you all know what a sundew is. It came at me not in the greatest shape, but it's starting to put out some nice thicker growths. So, and that little stub in the middle is a flower spike that I decided to just cut off. I don't want it to focus on any flowers anytime soon. It looks pretty good. Next. Here we have Bulbophyllum barbigerum, which came at me with no roots. So there are now roots coming out of this pseudobulb over here. It's deep in there. I'm not going to dig it out, but it's recovering. It's pretty adorable. Here's my Angraecum sesquipedale. As you can see, it's still continuing to push out a new leaf. In this lighting, you can see that it has plenty of stops and goes when it grows. Very cool to see, actually. It's also a little bit thick in the middle. Maybe I'll get some flower buds this year or next year. Alright, here's Oeceoclades, spathulifera. And as you can see, one leaf is deciding to wither away, which is fine. I mean, after all, we have 1, 2, this is the furthest along growth, and there's another one in here somewhere. Hold on, let me take a look. Deeper in. Where are you? Is that you? Okay, there you go. Right there. There you go. This little triangle. Hard to see, it's camouflaged and all. But otherwise, it's getting going along well. What gorgeous foliage. I love this thing. This is a young Dendrobium tobaense, and all the canes are starting to continue to grow. Like you can see in this one, it's making its third leaf, and the roots are looking fine. And just a moment ago, I saw that there's now a root that's clear down there, right there. So that looks pretty good. It looks pretty happy. I wonder how long it will be before it becomes blooming size. And here we have Dendrobium tetragonum, and it's becoming more and more obvious that it's happy with the repotting. There are, like, this is an obvious growth over here, this slender one right there. There you go, better look. There's a lot of roots in here somewhere. It's hard to see with the shadows, but there you go, there's some roots there. It's looking pretty happy. And there's a lot of leaves, but there's so many leaves it's hard to see which ones are new, which ones are old. But trust me, I've seen quite a few. Actually, there you go. There's a couple there. Minuscule. Yeah. Alright. It's in good shape as far as I can tell. Next. Alright, here we have a pair of Catasetums. Catasetum lanciferum and Catasetum gnomus. Let's look at this one. Yeah, that's starting to grow fatter. And so is this one. I've been doing a half-strength fertilizer with each watering, and I will be flushing maybe in a couple weeks. But the roots look pretty fantastic. And this one, only a couple weeks ago was this one smaller than this one. And now it's growing twice the size already. Alright, it grows real fast. I have a question though for those who have Catasetums. The leaf here looks so bumpy and warty, if you can see that. But I've seen no flecks of dust moving around to suggest spider mites. I've seen nothing else, and I keep my plants in very close proximity, and I've seen nothing else of the sort. So, I'm judging, it seems like it's just a quirk or something. Or is it a fertilizer toxicity? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Next. Alright. This cross, it's a mouthful, but you can see it. So Brassavola type. Cattleya type. My only one that I have. And this growth looks lovely. And so does this little one over here. So many roots kind of died back on the top layer when I first got it in my environment. But overall, I mean, these two were much smaller nubbins when I first got them, and they seem to be growing well. This is my main tipper. I'm sure y'all know. Tips way too often. Alright, Phalaenopsis, formerly Vandopirea, Little One. And this leaf continues to grow nicely. Those roots. Hello to you too. Still getting some wetness down there. I just watered everything. There you go. That looks good. It's a nice little plant. Nice and glossy. Next. Oncidium Sharry baby continues to throw out two very long spikes. This is the first time I ever got it to rebloom, and it looks pretty healthy. Look at all these little missiles getting ready to launch out, huh? So exciting. That's an old leaf. This is getting so thick. Delicious. So cool. Next. Bulbophyllum macranthum. Recent acquisition. Nothing really to report. It came bare rooted, so I put it in stones and moss. Seems okay. Let's just take a good look at how the leaves look for a reference in the future. I've been watering with, light fertilized water or distilled water, depending on my mood, what I think it needs. It looks okay. Oh yeah, very nice. Next. Paphiopedilum Maudiae hybrid. Still in bloom. Still glossy in that middle. And here. So recently I put moss on here because it's got a lot of fans. Like, was it this one? No. Back here. Well, there's a fan there and a fan up front. And this main fan that's also bloomed, they all have root nubbins behind this moss, which have been there. These root nubbins have been there for months, and they haven't really gone anywhere. So now I've put moss in order to see that if I can encourage them to grow. So we'll see what the results of that are in the future. All right, next. And this is Paphiopedilum superbiens, and boy, do I love this foliage. Such a gorgeous combination of this and also the stalk itself and the actual flower. I can't wait for it opens. It's starting to poke out a tongue here. It's sticking out a tongue. It's so cute. And do y'all see this? Hold on. Let me turn this to manual focus. Let me get it up close. Can I turn on the light? Not good lighting here. Hold on, let me get better lighting. Alright, I'm back. Can we just enjoy this plum hair? That's such... Oh, it's so nice to look at. And then combined with everything else, it just is a wonderful contrast. Alright, next. Alright, here's Phalaenopsis gigantea, variation alba, Ta Wei, and it continues to grow this little leaf in the middle. The roots still continue to be gorgeous. Lovely. My only concern is of this leaf down here. I know it's an older leaf. I know that it looks pretty small in comparison to everything else, so it might be natural for it to yellow off and die off. But I've never had a giganteum, And I wonder if perhaps if I gave it more fertilizer that it would keep, or it's just its time is due. If anyone has an opinion, let me know. Alright. Cool. Next. Alright, here's Dendrobium unicum. And those two stalks look fantastic. Excellent. The only worry I have, this is the first time I've ever had stalks grow. I just bloomed it for the first time. This feels a bit squishy, but I guess that's natural. But these look lovely. I don't know if it's supposed to lose lower leaves so soon, but I'm not too worried. Everything up here looks fantastic. So lovely. Alright, next. So here's my Maxillaria tenuifolia that came in not so great shape, but it was a very cheap cutting, so I decided to get it. And there's a root in here. Hard to see there. If you can see that white root. There you go. That seems to be the best. Look at it. It continues to grow nicely. Oh, there's the tip right there. Lovely. All the tips, when I first got it, were non-existent. There were no tips. So I was like, all these roots don't look great. And then over here, on this one, there's a little growth there. Hold on. Poor camera work. It doesn't help to do it by one hand, but there is a new growth right here. Hard to see, but right there. Alright, so it seems to be doing okay. And this growth right here, I think is starting to thicken up. But I don't see any roots down here. Not that I see. It was one cutting, and then I put it into separate cuttings, because some looked black, and I was like, separate them a little bit. I didn't want rot to go through the whole cutting. Alright, next. Also a recent acquisition. This is Habenaria medusae, and it's been growing okay. I cut off some browning tip that happened a few days after it came in my possession, but everything seems to be alright. That leaf is okay, and I've been feeding it very light fertilizer, about between 80 and 120 ppm nitrogen specific. It's MSU fertilizer, so higher on nitrogen and potassium, lower on phosphorus. But it seems to be quite alright. Before it didn't have any moss. I put moss just to make sure that it has some more moisture retention, because they say, since it's unfurling the leaves, that it would probably want to have more water. So I water it every second, third day, because there's a lot of air circulation in my room. I've turned off most of my fans. And, well, seems okay. I'll get it out of the light now. This is a very bright light, and I keep it in the shade. Next. Alright, here's a Trichopilia suavis, which I am worried about. So before, when this came into my possession, this growth was there. And, it was, very, very whitish, pale green, very white. But now it's turned yellow. And I don't like that. Though, I didn't show, but there is a new growth coming down in this location, down here. But it's not popping out just yet. The roots, the last time I checked, seemed fine. I'm not sure if this one showed it. Oh, there's a little root. So the roots seem fine. So I don't know if it's just deciding to sacrifice this for a new growth that's maybe better suited for my conditions. This is not the same pot that I was in. It was in a different pot that was not clear. It was dark, and I couldn't see past it. And, well, long story short, it had more pseudobulbs before that were leafless, but they started rotting out, and then I took a look, and things were rotting. So, but it seems to be growing roots, has a new growth, seems to be happy, except for this. I don't know what this means. Maybe it's sacrificing. I hope I didn't, I hope there's no... Well, with that, maybe there's some fertilizer toxicity. Huh. That's been there. This one is getting a little bit... Opinions, please. I'd appreciate it. Next. Encyclia Garciana, doing quite well. Repotted recently into this clear pot so I can see what's going on, because I hate being able to not being able to see. There you go. A little leaf here. That was there before I repotted. This was also there before I repotted, so I wonder if it's going to stall for a bit. That being said, new growth. New growth. It's kind of hard to see from this angle and the lighting. And then there's a new growth right there, I think. It looks like a new growth. So it seems pretty happy. Yeah. Yeah. Green there. Alright. Next. Stanhopeia tigrina, variation Nigroviolacea. Where's that newest growth? It's this, not newest, but second newest. It's starting to fatten up now. This one. It's a bit of a brighter leaf. It also has a firmer texture, so maybe I've been fertilizing it quite nicely. Yeah, this feels nice and firm. Lovely. But here's the newest growth back here, hiding under this leaf. Ugh. You know, operating a phone for a camera isn't very helpful. But there you go. That one looks pretty nice. Now, considering what I've seen of Stanhopeias, the pseudobulbs are so encyclia-like from what I've seen here. And so I'm wondering if this is just normal for younger Stanhopeias. If anyone has an opinion or experience, I'd like to know. I hope this is actually a Stanhopeia. But the eBay guy had good reviews, so whatever. Next. Gaze upon the gorgeous Paphiopedilum starburst parkside. Look at that gorgeous pattern, and it smells... Well, when it first opens up, it smells like freshly ground black or white peppercorn. And then after a while, it mellows out to a very sweet, cinnamony smell. Or I'd say like Mexican chocolate, which is a spiced chocolate. Or even chai. Sometimes it smells like masala chai. So, it looks lovely, and I love it. Also, there's a new... This growth seems to have something popping out over here, and I don't know if that's yet another growth or a flower spike. This flower spike came in like right as these leaves on this pseudobulb were coming out. This one, that little nubbin is coming out pretty late compared to how far the pseudobulb has come along. So I wonder what it is. Next. Alright, this cross is a compact Phalaenopsis hybrid. And it seems to be doing okay. The roots are hungry. Don't worry. It gets enough air circulation. These are a little bit yellow, but I'm not too worried. They're the lower ends, and it's recently in my collection. This wasn't this far along before. There's a new bump around here somewhere that's growing. There's a little bump there. And also here, too. So, I wonder if any of those will be a flower spike or more roots, because it certainly has a lot of root nubbins down there. What a strange form, huh? Well, seems okay for now. Next. Big boy, Dendrobium spectabile. Nothing much to report except these nubbins underneath are getting a little pointy and seem to be doing something. And these roots on the newest growth continue to extend. This is the fattest cane with the most leaves ever, 5 leaves compared to everything else. But my worry is that this neck is so skinny compared to everything else. But hey, it seems healthy. Nothing else to report. I'm running out of space. Next. Cymbidium chanzerubi. Golden tiger looks perfectly fine. Roots, after the repotting into a Taco Bell cup, look pretty happy. I shall rename you. I shall nickname this guy Cymbidium Bell Grande. Next. Alright, my zygote that started my dive into the orchid world because it smelled good is finally losing all its flowers of the first fruit blooming I've ever had. So, now, that pseudobulb in the back is starting to fatten up a bit. Let me take a better look. So, whenever zygotes put up a spike, they put up a spike while producing a new growth. And then after the flowers are done, then it starts fattening up the pseudobulb. Alright, next. My no ID pyloric Phalaenopsis hybrid continues to grow these lovely little flower branches here. Flower bracts, they say. There's also one there. Oops, almost broke it. 2, and then 3 more on the other side. Looks pretty happy. Next. Where's the orchid? Here's the orchid, Phalaenopsis lapicensis. I pulled it out so you could see how bad the roots were and how good the root is going to be. Alright, looks like it's making its recovery. I'm so glad. Next. Final update is Stratiotes, Dendrobium stratiotes, which I don't like how these older leaves are yellowing. I'm not sure if that's just natural or toxicity of fertilizer. I'm reducing my fertilizer a little bit. And then finally, the roots continue to grow well, and this growth is clearly ready to pop up and go crazy. Otherwise, that's about it. Everything's back in order. Almost in order. Give me a moment. Alright. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah.